sun is coming up. It's nearly 6 o'clock, so the gym will be open. I've had my morning coffee times 2. Only small coffees though, quite strong though. Woke me up a little bit. My body clock is all over the place. I'm going to show you my morning routine and just to basically show you how it's very similar to back home. Wherever you are in the world, people talk about how do you do things whilst you're traveling, like how do you stay on course and how do you stay on track, and people always make excuses. I'm not saying everybody does, but people make excuses saying they're in a different country, they can't do the routine, they can't do this kind of. But for me, if you want something bad enough and you know you have to do the things you don't necessarily want to do and you can make excuses to stay in bed. Like we've had some long days out here and I don't want to get up at this time, especially after like a 14-hour flight and the time difference, to go and do my routine. But comes October, I want to be at my very best, and I don't want to ever have to be looking back thinking, if I'd got up that morning, done my stretches, done my rehab work, done my core work, and have any regrets. So yeah, I don't want to be here at the minute. I'd rather be in bed. But I'm not losing that title to anybody, especially for something as silly as not getting out of bed and being accountable. So let's go. That's how we stretch in the morning. Can't rate croaky. Could may have had 2 coffees. He's gone. Fucking don't do that. Should have seen him dancing, 2-stepping. Right, let's go. Oh, I'll tell you something though. Since my stem cell treatment, I don't know if you know I've had stem cell treatment. Not that I've gone on, yeah, not that I've gone on about it at all. You got 5 weeks out? Yeah, 5 weeks post. Part of the recovery and rehab is doing this every morning, my stretching, and I cannot believe, and I'm not just saying this, how much my mobility has improved. Even my physio was saying, like in all the years, because he's worked with me for what, 8, 9 years, and he's, yeah, I can't believe how much it's improved. So, yeah.
You look good as a board then, man.
Did I? Right, so I typically do this and we do 3 rounds of it. So 10, 10, 10. So then we rotate back. Most people use a broom, but me being lazy at home, I've not got the broom yet. So I've been using bands. I just think the more rigid it is, the less you can cheat. I know it sounds daft, but when you've got a band, you can start moving your elbows, whereas this, it like locks you in that straight position.
Was there ever a point when you didn't do this?
Yeah, so this is very new to me. Was taught in the old school bodybuilding era, so you come in, you do 1 set warm up and go straight into your max set, and that's probably why I've got so many injuries. I think a lot of us are like that. I think it's pointless and boring, but since I've started doing this, I have seen a big difference. The only downside to it is time consuming, quite say monotonous, doing the same thing every morning, and obviously I've not prepped yet, trying to do this in the morning, which it is going to be hard because in the morning I'm really hungry, I want to get my cardio done, I want to get my posing done. Things I think will take priority, but I've got to try and get some sort of routine and keep it. That's why I've got no excuses whilst I'm on my off season to hit them every single morning, every day. So we've got arms later today, so we've got biceps and triceps, so I'm going to really stretch off these arms. So we repeat that 3 times. Typically, I'd use a band at this point, just get a bit more tension through my quads and hamstrings, but unfortunately, we haven't got any here, so that's on me. I should have brought my bands, silly little mistake, but we still get some stretching going. So just trying to open this hip out. So we hold for about 10 seconds, and then to make it a little bit harder, from here, yeah, pull back. If you've seen any of my other morning routines, you'll see that I use a band here, and it just basically helps with stretching the quad out, the hip out, opens it up a little bit better. I'm going to push the knee out, a bigger stretch. That's something I've always struggled with, is hamstrings, tightness. Even when I was playing football as a kid, it was always my hamstrings. Could never get loose. Even with gymnastics, it's always the hip and the legs. Right guys, so this exercise is obviously a bridge. We're trying to get the hips off the ground, engaging the glutes and the hamstrings, and it's trying to strengthen my right one, because that's where I've had the hip surgery, that's where it's a lot weaker. So by doing it unilaterally, separate, it pinpoints where the weakness is, and then we try and strengthen them separately. If I was to do them together, the left side would keep taking over the right. So we're trying to get the abs working separately, so the right to the left side. The right side isn't firing as well as the left. You put this hand into this leg, so opposite sides. You put all the pressure into there. So as soon as you push down, your midsection is tight. And as we go up, touch. Make sure our shoulder blades and our back is still on the ground. Typically I would put a ball here if I had a ball, but I haven't, so I'm improvising with what we've got. So your head stays on the ground as well, so you're not rounding the shoulders off or anything like that, shortening the movement. We're keeping it as long and as isolated in that midsection as possible. Whatever you get with that side, match with your stronger side. Never do the stronger side first. I typically go for either between 15 and 20 reps. But again, it's not about how many reps you get, it's about how the quality of reps are. So getting that proper mind to muscle connection, squeezing it through. So I've incorporated a few more exercises than on my rehab. So this one, for instance, wasn't on my plan, but I want to get my midsection as class as possible. And I'm trying to steer away from heavy weighted exercises now, because it is starting to look, what's the word, I won't say distended, but thick. I don't want to go too thick where it makes the waist look wide or anything like that. So a lot of my work's going to be own body weight stuff, core work. So planks, that sort of thing, and then like leg raises, but own body weight. Typically I'd normally put a weight on my legs, do a hanging leg raise, go into a weighted crunch, which I still will incorporate, but just nowhere near as much as this. I want to try and get the transverse abdominals working hard to pull everything tight. So when we're doing that Superman pose from the front, everything tightens up. So again, this exercise, you can make as easy and as hard as you want. So I can throw this about quite comfortably and it's not going to do anything. Whereas if you tense your midsection, keep your lower back pressed into the ground and really squeeze, oh, it makes it 10 times harder. I've got like a love-hate relationship now with abs. Because I trained them so much since I was 14, I kind of dread doing them. But then when I'm in them, I start to enjoy it, that pain, and obviously the satisfaction of knowing you've done them straight after the session. So typically I only do like 10 to 12 reps, where I just make sure I squeeze every single one. So out of every exercise there is to do, I think this one for me is the hardest and the one I probably least enjoy the most. Anything like static, I don't particularly like those type of exercises. So for instance, a plank is a static movement. I like to be moving, like a dynamic movement. So this I do find hard, but at the same time, I do think this is probably one of the most effective ones for, again, keeping that midsection tight, under control. When you step on stage, you can really tense down, keep everything tight. Keeping the hips off the ground, so nice straight plank motion, keeping my glutes, hamstrings, quads tight as well, and midsection tensed and tight. And you should be able to feel, especially in the morning when you're fasted, you should be able to feel you tensing those obliques, intercostals, everything. Once you've got that biting point, you hold it, you squeeze, and we do a minute. You can, if you can last longer, brilliant, but a minute for me, either side, do that 3 times round. So I can definitely feel it on this side more. This is the weaker side. This is what doesn't fire as much. So I'm having to work harder to keep it in the position, work harder for me to actually get that connection. I'm getting it, but it's a lot harder to do. So really I should have started on this side. Hey. Hey. Yeah, that exercise is another core exercise. For me, everything I'm trying to do in the morning is like unilateral, so you're working everything independently rather than all the same. Other than the leg raise, which was together, I'm still trying to do each part of the midsection separately to get the weaker one firing properly. So anything like that, I'm trying to incorporate into my morning routine. And that is my morning routine. So everything's in 3 rounds. Typically, that would be 20 reps. I always go in 10s, 10 on each side with everything I do. This is the first part of my morning routine. So that's the gym part done. Again, I'm a bit tired now because I've just finished that exercise, but I don't go too hard in here. This is more, I say, stretching, waking up for the day, trying to get those things everything working independently, ready for my big sessions later. I definitely feel like it's helping. I don't know how effective it will be until we're obviously 6, 10, 12 months down the line. But if it gives me that extra 1% on stage, this is what we're doing. Oh, we're rolling. Right, so it's 7 o'clock. We've been in the gym for 40 minutes, like 45 minutes. So we'll go to the second part of the recovery / morning routine. And we're here in the spa. Luckily, this hotel has everything I've got back at RT Fit in the gym. So we've got the ice bath. This is slightly warmer, but it's still cold, do you know what I mean? And then we've got the sauna as well. So we're going for that hot and cold contrast therapy, which is something I've incorporated a lot about. I've been doing research on it, but there's no proven studies on when you should do an ice bath, what the actual proven benefits are. But for me personally, I do it first thing in the morning, obviously after my routine. It's away from my muscle building, my hypertrophy session, and it just wakes me up for the day. And it's that testing yourself, make yourself accountable. And I don't want to do it. When I've stood over the ice bath every morning, I'm looking, do not fancy this. But that sense of accomplishment when you get out, again, even if it's just a placebo effect, I really enjoy that side of it. So again, I don't try and be a hero and stay in there 4 or 5 minutes. I just do 1 minute every morning, nice and easy, straight into the sauna, between 20 and 30 minutes. That's kind of what they're saying optimal. They say there's a lot of recovery healing processes in the sauna, but again, I'm just going off how I feel. It's nice, relaxing. It gets me ready for the day because I'm in my own head. I know it sounds daft, but I start thinking about what I need to get done, my goals for the day, that sort of thing, before the kids wake up and it's bedlam at home. So let's get on in, have a quick shower, get on the hot and cold contrast therapy.
You rising with me, but I'm falling alone. Yeah, that type of stuff. Make you a double cup and delete them numbers all at your phone. But I've been trying to be someone you can count on. But look around and I see who gon' be there for me. I need someone to hold on to.
So that's a wrap in my morning routine. No matter where I am in the world, I'm still hitting the same fundamentals, which is all my recovery rehab work, which is in the gym, doing a lot of core work as well, because I really want to have that at its best come October. Then obviously hitting this side of my recovery, which is hot and cold contrast therapy. I was very fortunate that the hotel we're stopping in Korea has got a plunge pool and a sauna. So haven't fell off track, even though we've been out here a week, we'll still hit it every morning. It's a great way to wake up. There's a lot of mixed science reviews with hot and cold contrast therapy. For me, I think it's just, even if it's just a placebo effect, it's been great for me waking up in the day, feeling great after I've done my ice bath. I do think it's helping with inflammation. I'm irritating my hip when I'm doing all these stretch movements and things in the morning rehab work. So when I get in the ice bath after, I do feel relieved. So whether that is a placebo effect or whether it is just helping with inflammation, whichever one that is, it's helping, so I'm doing it. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Just giving you a little insight into what I'm doing currently on my off season before I start prep. There's no way I'm losing that title, guys. No chance. So we've got to match Brandon, which is the 3 times Mr. Olympia. So putting everything in place now in order to be at my best in October. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Please comment below on what you thought about this video, what you want to see in the next one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.